Hey, how's it going? Myles here at Tactical Hyve. It is Sunday, so that means another video about competition shooting. And today I'm going to talk about hand transfers. In competition, there are a lot of stages or courses of fire that are going to require you to move your pistol from your firing hand, your strong hand, to your weak hand. And I'm going to discuss an efficient way to do this. So if you're interested, stay tuned. In my experience, not a lot of people work on the skill of transferring your pistol from your strong hand, your firing hand, to your support side hand, okay, or your weak hand. This is something that in the tactical space people will cover, and also in the sport world, but they don't really do it a lot. And I think that in the sport world, it's even more important because a lot of competitions and courses of fire will require you to do something like that, or even the classifiers, right? And when doing this, it can be very dangerous if you don't have a game plan, you don't really know what to do. Or it could be slow and inefficient. Okay, so I've seen things where people will just, I'm dry right now, people will take their gun out of their holster or when they're running around, and when they want to transfer it to their other hand, they literally just this hand goes flat, and they kind of like just, sometimes it's even a throw, sometimes it's just a kind of weird pickup where it doesn't look stable at all points in time during the transfer, as well as particularly during this moment in time where you're transferring. There's nothing holding it in place that could prevent it from falling, right? And it's slow and inefficient, okay? There's lots of different ways to do this. I'm going to share one way that I picked up from the tactical space, which I think works great for the sport world, okay? And this technique allows me to keep the gun secure at all times, okay? So let me take one of the bad examples I've seen where someone has their gun out, and again, I'm dry even though the hammer's down here. So I'm here, maybe I have a course of fire here, I need to transfer it to my left hand. Some people will just kind of like throw it. It's literally a throw, right? So in that moment of time where the gun is transferring, you know, maybe you trip, this gun might fall, right? So it's not stable. So what I like to do instead, okay, and this is something that a tool that you can add to your toolbox, lots of different ways, but again, I picked this up from the tactical world here, is, so if I'm right-handed, I'm going to have my finger on the frame, okay? What's going to happen here is when I'm going to transfer to my left hand, I'm going to have my left hand shaped in an L just like this, ready for the hand transfer. And what's going to happen is I'm going to touch. Notice my index fingers are touching together here, and this becomes a vise. So I can actually hold it. See this here? My two fingers here and the web of my firing hand are holding it up here. It's not going to fall, okay? So what's going to happen here is I have my index finger on here. I'm moving it to my support hand. Index finger touches the frame and I'm pinching, okay, on the sides of the frame. So that holds it secure. Then notice what I'm going to do is with my right hand, I now push it into my left hand. So notice where my right thumb moves out of the way, it now moves right into the web of my left hand. Now I can clasp over and it's secure the entire way, right? And it's fast, okay? So a lot of people are slow because it seems like they're not confident in their technique, or maybe they don't have a standard process to do this, particularly for the newer shooters. Experienced shooters, really good shooters will have a technique. If you're doing this, you know, it's insecure. That could explain why some people are slow. But here, I am secure here. I create a vise right here. And notice it's still in my firing hand, my right hand, but now I'm going to push it over and it's secure the entire time. Now I can let go and now it's in my support hand. I can get to work, okay? I can start shooting, okay? So this is something that I'm showing you here, this angle, but my muzzle will be down and I'll be doing it from here, okay? So I'm here, simple as that. And the key here though is you build confidence knowing that the gun, and speed, knowing that the gun's not going to fall. Okay, I think this is the biggest thing, right? A lot of people think it's not secure, that's why they have to move slow. So you have a very good grip with your support hand. Why? Because at this point, I'm transferring it from my firing hand, the web of my hand being nice and high on the beaver tail, to the same position where it's nice and high. It's not low here, it's nice and high. So I'm confident in my grip, and now I can really get to work here knowing that I have a secure grip. So this is going to be something that adds more security as well as speed, because the fact that you feel it's secure, you're going to go faster, or you'll feel more comfortable doing so. So I'm going to show you how this looks live a little bit, and so you get a few more iterations of how it would look during live fire. Okay, so I'm going to do this from the draw. This technique can apply to any time you are doing a hand transfer. So the first one, I'm going to do it from the draw here, transferring it, safety off, then break the shot. Okay, you can also do it from the reload, right? So I'm going to take 2 shots here, just, 2 simple shots. I reload, and then I'm going to transfer to my left hand. So reload here, transfer. Everything's the same. Everything is the same, nothing changes. The reason why this is something I'm comfortable with is because I know the gun is secure at all times because of this vise. It's not going to fall, okay? Whether it's this way or this way, I can build speed because I know it's not going to fall. Okay, so give it a try. Now, if you're curious in terms of when to disengage the safety, this is another layer here. I do not take the safety off here. The safety comes off with my left hand. As I transfer here, notice the safety is off with my left hand. Okay, so that's an added layer of security. So if the gun does fall for whatever reason, the safety's still on, okay? So don't do this. I don't recommend releasing the safety then doing this. Yes, it's possible, you can, but not as safe. And in terms of speed, you can be just as fast doing this than taking the safety off, okay? So whether or not you do that, or whether or not you use that technique or not, I mean, it's really up to you, but in terms of safety, it is going to be something that you're not losing a lot of speed transferring with your left hand. It's just a matter of practice. I hope you guys like that tip. Remember, in the sport world, hand transfers are a thing that are more commonly seen and incorporated in courses of fire. So having this tool in your toolbox will be very helpful. Remember, there's lots of different techniques out there, so this is just something that you can try. But I do like this because you're maintaining contact with the gun, keeping it secure the entire time. And remember, as I said, I've been doing this from the draw and I did it from the reload, but this anytime, maybe you're running, you can do the same thing anytime. This technique can apply anytime you need to do a hand transfer, okay? So it's not just from the holster, it's not just from the reload, okay? So keep that in mind. I hope you liked today's competition shooting video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next week.